Hello, and welcome to English Made Easy, the place where learning English feels as natural and easy as breathing. I'm Eleanor.
And I'm David. We're so glad you're joining us today. Sometimes learning a new language can feel like a really big mountain to climb. You get nervous, you feel like you won't understand, or maybe you'll make a mistake. We've all been there. But here with us, you'll discover that it doesn't have to be that way. We're going to break things down, make them simple, and show you how English is used in real life. By the end of our chat today, you're not just going to know new words. You're going to understand exactly when to use them, how they feel when you say them, and you'll speak them with confidence. Seriously, you will.
That's right. Our goal is always to make sure you walk away feeling more capable, more confident, and ready to use what you've learned. So, as we go through our conversation today, I want you to actively participate. Don't just listen, repeat after us. Even if you're just whispering to yourself, try saying the words and phrases out loud. Feel them in your mouth. Get comfortable with them. It makes a huge difference, trust me. Today, we're going to dive into something really exciting, something many of you dream of doing. We're going to talk all about planning a trip to London with us. It's going to be a journey of discovery, not just about London, but about how to talk about your travel plans, your experiences, and everything in between. You're going to pick up so many useful phrases that will help you communicate clearly and naturally. Whether you're planning a trip, talking about one you've taken, or just chatting with a friend. So, are you ready to pack your bags and join us? Let's get started.
London. Just hearing the word makes me think of red double-decker buses, historic buildings, and, well, rain sometimes. But in the best way possible.
Exactly. It's a city with so much character. But before you even think about seeing Big Ben or riding the London Eye, there's a whole lot of thinking, dreaming, and organizing that happens, right?
Absolutely. My very first trip abroad was to London, actually. Let's just say I was a lot younger and a lot less organized. I just kind of showed up.
Oh, David, I can imagine. That sounds like an adventure in itself. My first trip to London was also quite memorable, but for different reasons. I remember sitting down with a map, a pen, and a stack of guidebooks, feeling completely overwhelmed. I wanted to see everything, but I had no idea where to even start. It felt like trying to drink from a fire hose.
Drink from a fire hose. That's a great way to put it, Eleanor. It means you're trying to take in too much information too quickly, and it feels impossible to handle. Imagine a fire hose spraying water, right? It's a huge, powerful gush. If you try to drink from that, it's just too much. You'd get soaked. We use this phrase when something is overwhelming because there's just an endless amount of it and you can't process it all. Try saying it with me. Drink from a fire hose. So, my unorganized self definitely drank from a fire hose, but I probably didn't even realize it until I was already there, totally lost. I didn't do much research beforehand.
Ah, research. That's a key part of the before phase of any trip. When you research something, you're basically doing a careful and detailed study of a subject to find out more information. You're gathering facts and exploring different options. Think of a detective looking for clues. They are doing research to solve a mystery. For a trip, you're looking up flights, hotels, attractions, restaurants, all that stuff.
So, it's not just looking up, it's a bit more thorough, right?
Exactly. Looking up is more casual. You might look up a word in a dictionary, but research implies a deeper dive. You're not just glancing, you're investigating. The stress is on the first syllable, research, and it's similar to investigate or explore.
So, a bad example would be me saying, I just booked a flight to London without doing any research, and then showing up in a winter coat in July because I didn't even check the weather.
Been there. But a good example would be Before my trip to London, I spent weeks researching the best museums, local markets, and even how to use the underground to save time and money. That shows a thoughtful approach. You're really digging in.
When I think back, my biggest mistake was not setting a budget. I just figured I'd spend what I spent.
Ooh, that's a classic travel mistake, David. And it brings us to another super important word, budget. A budget is a plan that shows how much money you have and how you intend to spend it. It's like a financial roadmap for a specific period. Imagine you have a pie, and that pie is all the money you have for your trip. Your budget decides how big a slice you give to food, how big a slice for sightseeing, how big a slice for souvenirs. It helps you not overspend and ensures you have enough for everything you want to do.
So it's not just a guess, it's an actual plan.
Precisely. It's a thoughtful allocation of your resources. The pronunciation is budget. The j sound is soft, almost like a j sound. Budget. It's similar to a financial plan or a spending plan. The opposite of sticking to a budget might be splurging or overspending.
So, a bad example of budget management would be I decided to buy an expensive souvenir on my first day, and then I didn't have enough money for food for the rest of the week.
Been there, done that. But a good example, before I left, I created a detailed budget for my London trip, allocating a specific amount for accommodation, food, attractions, and even a little extra for unexpected expenses. That's smart travel. It shows you're being responsible. It's all part of the planning stage.
The planning stage. That phrase pretty much sums up everything we've been talking about so far in the before phase, doesn't it?
When you're in the planning stage, it means you are actively making arrangements and decisions for something that will happen in the future. It's the period where you organize all the details. Think of building a house. You don't just start hammering nails. You spend a lot of time in the planning stage, drawing blueprints, choosing materials, getting permits. It's all the foundational work.
Exactly. It's the beginning part where you lay everything out. Without a good planning stage, things can get pretty chaotic later on.
My first trip was definitely missing a solid planning stage. I had this idea that I would just wing it.
Oh, wing it. That's a fantastic idiom. To wing it means to do something without much preparation or without a detailed plan, relying instead on improvisation or spontaneity. Imagine a bird learning to fly. It just tries, often without a specific lesson plan. It just wings it. We use it when you're making things up as you go along.
So it's not necessarily bad. Sometimes it can be fun, but it definitely means you haven't planned much.
Right. It implies a lack of formal preparation.
So I decided to wing it and just see where the day took me in London. Could be a good thing if you're feeling adventurous and flexible, but I winged my visa application and now I can't enter the country is definitely a bad example.
Yes, definitely a very bad example. Some things you absolutely should not wing. For a casual day of sightseeing, maybe. For important documents, never. This reminds me of my friend who decided to wing her accommodation in London during a very busy tourist season. She ended up having to pay a fortune for a last-minute hotel that was miles away from everything she wanted to see. She really regretted not doing her research and being in the planning stage for that.
That's tough. It's interesting, though, how much of the trip is really shaped by what happens before you even leave home. All that preparation, or lack thereof, really sets the tone.
Oh, sets the tone. That's a great phrase. When something sets the tone, it means it establishes a particular mood, atmosphere, or general character for what to follow. Think of a piece of music. The opening notes often set the tone for the entire song, telling you if it's going to be happy, sad, exciting, or calm. For a trip, your initial preparations or even your attitude can set the tone for the whole experience.
So if you start out really stressed because you didn't plan, then your trip might feel stressed too.
Exactly. If the planning stage is disorganized and stressful, it might set a tone of anxiety for the whole trip. But if you carefully plan and feel excited, it can set a positive, adventurous tone.
So, our chaotic planning stage set a really stressful tone for the entire holiday. Would be a relatable bad example.
Yes, but meticulous research and exciting discussions we had while planning our trip to London set a wonderful, adventurous tone for our London adventure. It really shows how your initial actions have a ripple effect.
I totally agree. And sometimes when you're in the planning stage, you have all these expectations. You imagine how everything is going to be.
Expectations. That's such a powerful word, especially for travel. Your expectations are your strong beliefs about how something will be or how something should happen. They are what you predict or hope for. Imagine you've ordered a delicious pizza. You have an expectation that it will be hot, cheesy, and taste amazing. If it arrives cold, your expectations aren't met, and you might feel disappointed. We all have expectations for our trips, so it's like what you think is going to happen or what you want to happen.
Yes, exactly. It's your preconceived idea. The pronunciation is expectations. The stress is on the third syllable. The plural form ends with an S sound. It's similar to hopes, assumptions, or anticipations. The opposite might be surprises or disappointments if your expectations aren't met.
A bad example of expectations might be I went to London expecting perfect sunny weather every day, even though it was January, and I was disappointed when it rained constantly. Unrealistic expectations.
Been there, done that. You have to be realistic. A good example, though, could be I had high expectations for seeing historical landmarks in London, and the city truly exceeded them with its incredible architecture and stories.
That's a great outcome. It's all about managing those expectations, isn't it? Because sometimes, even with all the planning in the world, things don't go exactly as you envision. And that's when you need to be flexible.
Ooh, flexible. That's another vital trait for a traveler. If you are flexible, it means you are able to change or be changed easily according to the situation. Think of a rubber band. It's flexible because it can stretch and bend without breaking. In travel, being flexible means you can adapt to unexpected changes without getting too upset or stressed.
So it's about not being rigid or stubborn when plans change?
Exactly. You're open to new ideas, new routes, new timings.
The pronunciation is flexible. The stress is on the first syllable. It's similar to adaptable, malleable, or accommodating. The opposite is rigid, inflexible, or stubborn.
So, a bad example of not being flexible might be my train was delayed and I refused to take the bus instead, so I missed my entire tour. That's being inflexible and letting it ruin your experience.
Yes, but a good example, our planned museum visit was fully booked, so we were flexible and decided to explore a charming local market instead, which turned out to be a highlight of our trip.
That's a fantastic way to handle a change of plans and find a silver lining. Being flexible really helps you roll with the punches.
Roll with the punches. That's a perfect idiom to pair with being flexible. To roll with the punches means to adjust to difficult situations and continue to function effectively even when unexpected problems or challenges arise. Imagine you're a boxer. When an opponent throws a punch, you don't just stand there and get hit hard. You roll with the punch by moving your body, lessening the impact. It means you absorb the shock and keep going.
So, it's about dealing with challenges without getting knocked down.
Exactly. It's about resilience and adaptation. The pronunciation is roll with the punches. All words are clear. It's similar to adapt to difficulties, cope with adversity, or take things in stride. The opposite would be giving up easily or being overwhelmed by problems.
So, when our flight was canceled, we rolled with the punches, found a new flight, and kept our positive attitude would be a great example of handling a difficult travel situation.
Absolutely. It shows strength and a good mindset. It's a huge part of the during phase of a trip, isn't it? Because no matter how much you plan, something unexpected always happens. You could map out your whole trip, but life and travel have a way of throwing curveballs.
Map out. That's another great one for planning. When you map out something, you plan or arrange all the details of an event or process in a careful and systematic way. Think of drawing an actual map. You are showing all the roads, landmarks, and routes. When you map out a trip, you're creating a detailed plan, almost like drawing a route for your journey.
So it's not just having a general idea, it's about putting all the pieces together in order.
Exactly. It's a very detailed kind of planning. It's similar to plan in detail, strategize comprehensively, or the opposite might be wing it, which we just talked about.
Definitely. But a good example, before we left, we mapped out our itinerary, noting which attractions were close to each other, which helped us maximize our time in London. That's a fantastic way to handle a change of plans and find a silver lining. We spent months planning our perfect London itinerary, but when we actually got there, that's where the rubber met the road, and we realized we needed to be more flexible.
Exactly. It's that real world application. It can be exhilarating and sometimes a bit daunting. And when you're there, you're constantly taking everything in.
Taking everything in. When you take everything in, it means you are observing, understanding, and absorbing all the details and experiences around you. Imagine you're standing in a beautiful garden. You're not just looking at one flower. You're taking in the colors, the smells, the sounds, the overall atmosphere. You're letting the whole experience sink into your mind.
So it's about being fully present and aware of your surroundings.
Exactly. You're not just seeing, you're truly absorbing the essence of a place. And sometimes when you're taking everything in, you might feel a bit out of your comfort zone.
Oh, out of your comfort zone. That's a really common feeling when traveling, isn't it? When you're out of your comfort zone, you are in a situation that feels unfamiliar, challenging, or slightly stressful because it's different from what you're used to. Think of wearing clothes that don't quite fit or trying a new food you're not sure about. It feels a little strange, maybe a little difficult, but often it's where growth happens.
So it's not necessarily a bad thing, but it's a feeling of being a bit exposed or unsure.
Exactly. It can be exhilarating or it can be nerve-wracking. The pronunciation is out of your comfort zone. Comfort and zone are clear. It's similar to unfamiliar territory, facing a challenge, or feeling exposed. The opposite would be feeling at ease, in your element, or playing it safe.
A bad example of being out of your comfort zone could be, I was so out of my comfort zone trying to navigate the underground London alone that I just froze and couldn't move. That's the negative side.
But a good example, trying street food from a vendor in Borough Market was totally out of my comfort zone. But I decided to be adventurous and it was absolutely delicious. That's where the magic happens, pushing your boundaries a little. Sometimes these moments of being out of your comfort zone lead to the most memorable epiphanies.
Epiphanies, that's a beautiful word. An epiphany is a moment when you suddenly understand something very important or realize something profound. It's like a sudden flash of insight or a light bulb moment. Imagine you've been working on a difficult puzzle for a long time, and then suddenly all the pieces click into place and you see the whole picture. That's an epiphany.
So it's a sudden, profound realization.
Exactly. It's usually about something big or significant. The pronunciation is epiphany. The stress is on the second syllable. It's similar to revelation, breakthrough, or aha moment.
So a good example could be standing on a bridge overlooking the Thames at night. I had an epiphany about how interconnected history and modern life are in London. That's a truly reflective moment. It's often these moments of clarity that make travel so enriching.
Absolutely. And when you're traveling, especially in a big city like London, you learn to navigate a lot of new things.
Navigate. That's a word that has a very literal meaning and also a more figurative one, both important for travel. Literally, to navigate means to find your way through an area, often using a map or directions. Think of a ship using a compass to find its way across the ocean. Figuratively, it means to deal with a difficult or complex situation successfully.
So you can navigate a city street, or you can navigate a tricky social situation.
Exactly. Both involve finding your way through something. The pronunciation is navigate. The stress is on the first syllable. It's similar to find your way, direct, manage, or handle. The opposite might be getting lost or being overwhelmed.
So a bad example of navigating would be, I tried to navigate the tube during rush hour without a map and ended up going in circles for an hour. We've all been there.
Definitely been there. But a good example, I learned to quickly navigate the London Underground system, which made getting around the city incredibly efficient. That's a skill you really pick up. And sometimes you have to go with the flow when things don't go as planned.
Go with the flow. That's a wonderfully relaxed idiom. To go with the flow means to be flexible, to accept a situation as it is, and to adapt to it rather than trying to control it or resist it. Imagine a leaf floating down a river. It doesn't fight the current, it just goes with the flow of the water. We use it when we decide not to resist what's happening and just let things unfold naturally.
So it's about not trying to fight against circumstances, but rather accepting them.
Exactly. It's about being easygoing and adaptable. The pronunciation is go with the flow. All words are clear. It's similar to be adaptable, take things as they come, or be spontaneous. The opposite would be resisting change or being inflexible.
So a good example could be when our afternoon plans were unexpectedly canceled due to heavy rain, we decided to go with the flow and found a cozy pub to enjoy a traditional English meal instead. That's a perfect way to turn a potential disappointment into a pleasant surprise. It helps you avoid getting bogged down.
Bogged down. That's a great phrase for when things get difficult. When you get bogged down, it means you become stuck or delayed in a difficult or complex situation, making it hard to progress. Imagine a car getting stuck in a bog, which is a very wet, muddy area. It can't move forward easily. We use it when something prevents you from moving forward or makes progress very slow.
So it's about feeling stuck or getting caught up in details.
Precisely. It implies a lack of progress due to obstacles. The pronunciation is bogged down. Both words are clear. It's similar to stuck, delayed, or hindered. The opposite might be making progress or moving forward smoothly.
So, a bad example, we got so bogged down in trying to find the perfect souvenir shop that we missed our timed entry to the Tower of London. That's when being too focused on one small thing stops you from enjoying the bigger picture.
Yes, but a good example could be we tried not to get bogged down by minor travel hiccups and focused on enjoying the overall experience of London. That's a healthy approach to travel. It means you're keeping perspective.
It really does, because when you travel, you're always making memories.
Making memories. That's such a lovely phrase and truly the essence of why many of us travel. When you're making memories, you are creating and experiencing moments, events, or interactions that are significant and will be remembered in the future. Imagine taking snapshots with a camera. Each photo captures a moment that you can look back on. These aren't just pictures in your head. They're experiences that shape you.
So, it's about experiencing things that will stay with you.
Exactly. It's about creating lasting impressions and personal history. The pronunciation is making memories. All words are clear. It's similar to creating experiences, having memorable moments, or building recollections.
So a good example could be every time we explored a new neighborhood in London, we were making memories that I'll cherish for a lifetime. That's beautiful and true. Travel is all about those indelible moments.
Absolutely. And sometimes those moments might be unexpected delights.
Ooh, unexpected delights. I love that phrase. Unexpected delights are pleasant surprises or enjoyable experiences that you didn't anticipate or plan for. Think of finding a $20 bill in an old coat pocket. It's a small, unexpected joy. In travel, these are the moments that often weren't on your itinerary but end up being some of the best parts of your trip.
So it's a happy surprise?
Precisely. It's something you weren't looking for but found anyway. The pronunciation is unexpected delights. The stress on unexpected and lights. It's similar to pleasant surprises, happy accidents, or serendipitous discoveries.
So, a good example, while wandering through a quiet back street, we stumbled upon a charming hidden garden, an unexpected delight that wasn't in any guidebook. Those are often the best discoveries, aren't they? The ones you didn't plan.
They really are. Those little moments truly stand out. They make you realize that sometimes the best plan is no plan at all, or at least a flexible plan. And when you come home, you get to the after phase, which is all about reflection.
Reflection. That's a deep word. When you engage in reflection, you are thinking deeply or carefully about something, often about past events or experiences. Imagine looking into a mirror and seeing your own image. You're reflecting on yourself. When you reflect on a trip, you're looking back, thinking about what happened, what you learned, and how it made you feel.
So it's about thinking back and processing your experiences.
Exactly. It's a thoughtful review. The pronunciation is reflection. The stress is on the second syllable. It's similar to contemplation, consideration, or hindsight.
So a good example could be, after my London trip, I spent a lot of time in reflection, thinking about all the amazing things I saw and how much I learned about British culture. It's a crucial part of the learning process, actually, to truly integrate your experiences.
It helps you gain perspective.
Gain perspective. That's an excellent phrase. When you gain perspective, you come to a deeper and broader understanding of a situation, realizing its true importance or relationship to other things. Imagine looking at a city from a high viewpoint. You see how all the different parts fit together, and you understand the whole picture better. Traveling often helps you gain perspective on your own life and the world.
So it's about seeing the bigger picture, not just the small details.
Exactly. It's about understanding the relative importance of things. The pronunciation is gain perspective. The stress is on the second syllable of perspective. It's similar to achieve understanding, broaden your view, or see things clearly.
A good example, traveling to London and seeing how people live in a different culture really helped me gain perspective on my own life back home. That's one of the most powerful reasons to travel, I think.
Absolutely. It makes you realize how vast and varied the world is. And sometimes when you reflect, you realize you've stepped out of your comfort zone in ways you didn't even notice at the time.
And that's where the growth happens. You realize you're capable of more than you thought. You also often cherish the memories.
Cherish the memories. That's a lovely, warm phrase. To cherish the memories means to hold on to and care for those past experiences and recollections with deep affection and appreciation. Imagine holding something precious in your hands. You value it highly. When you cherish memories, you value them and keep them close to your heart.
So it's not just remembering them, but really valuing them.
Exactly. It implies a deep emotional connection. The pronunciation is cherish the memories. The stress is on the first syllable of cherish. It's similar to treasure the moments, hold dear, or value the recollections.
So a good example, even years later, I still cherish the memories of my first solo trip to London. They mean so much to me. That's how travel impacts us. It becomes a part of who we are.
It really does. And often these cherished memories also involve lessons learned.
Lessons learned. That's a practical phrase, but it also has a lot of wisdom in it. Lessons learned refers to the knowledge or understanding gained from experience, especially from mistakes or challenges that helps you improve or act differently in the future. Think of a student who studies for an exam and then does well. They've learned a lesson about preparation.
So it's about what you take away from an experience that helps you grow.
Exactly. It's about practical wisdom gained. The pronunciation is lessons learned. Both words are clear. It's similar to insights gained, takeaways, or wisdom acquired.
So a good example could be one of the biggest lessons learned from my London trip was the importance of comfortable walking shoes. My feet definitely taught me that. A very practical lesson.
Been there. But also a lesson like, I learned the importance of being flexible when traveling, which is a lesson I'll carry with me on all future adventures. That's a deeper, more profound lesson learned.
Absolutely. And these lessons can sometimes inspire you to branch out.
Branch out. That's a great idiom. To branch out means to expand into new areas or directions, or to try new things that are different from what you usually do. Imagine a tree with its main trunk, but then branches extend in many different directions, exploring new space. When you branch out, you are trying something new or different.
So it's about expanding your horizons or trying something new.
Exactly. It's about not sticking to just one path. The pronunciation is branch out. Both words are clear. It's similar to diversify, expand, or explore new avenues. The opposite might be sticking to the familiar or staying in your lane.
So a good example could be after enjoying my London trip so much, I decided to branch out and start planning a solo trip to another European city next year. That shows growth and confidence. It's all connected, isn't it? The planning, the experience, the reflection, and then how it influences your next steps. You start to see how everything comes full circle.
Comes full circle. That's a wonderful way to describe it. When something comes full circle, it means a series of events has completed a cycle, returning to a similar situation or state as it was at the beginning. Imagine drawing a circle. You start at one point, go all the way around, and end up back at the starting point. It suggests a completion or a return to an earlier condition or theme.
So it's about a journey or a process returning to where it began, but usually with new understanding.
Exactly. It's a sense of completion. The pronunciation is comes full circle. It's similar to completes a cycle, returns to the beginning, or reaches its conclusion.
After years of dreaming about traveling to London, finally going there felt like my life had come full circle, fulfilling a childhood aspiration. It's that sense of destiny or natural conclusion. It really shows how our dreams and efforts can truly lead us to incredible places, both literally and figuratively.
It does. And you know, thinking about all this, the planning, the experiencing, the reflecting, it really makes you feel like you bit off more than you could chew sometimes.
Ah, bit off more than you could chew. That's a classic idiom, David. It means to try to do something that is too difficult or too much for you to handle. Imagine trying to eat a piece of food that is too big for your mouth. You literally bit off more than you could chew. We use it when someone takes on a task that is beyond their capabilities.
So it's about overestimating your ability or resources.
Exactly. It's about tackling something too big. The pronunciation is bit off more than you could chew. The T in bit often connects with off, making it sound like bit off. It's similar to overwhelmed, take on too much, or be in over your head.
I thought I could visit 10 museums, 3 markets, and attend 2 shows in London all in one day. I definitely bit off more than I could chew. That's a surefire way to get exhausted.
Absolutely. It's important to be realistic. But sometimes, even when you bite off more than you can chew, you learn to make the best of it. Make the best of it, that's a very positive and resilient phrase. To make the best of it means to deal with an unwelcome or difficult situation as effectively and cheerfully as possible. Imagine you're on a picnic and suddenly it starts to rain. Instead of getting upset and going home, you might move under a tree, share an umbrella, and continue to enjoy your food as much as you can. You're making the best of a bad situation.
So it's about having a good attitude even when things aren't perfect.
Exactly. It's about finding the positive side or at least making the situation tolerable. The pronunciation is make the best of it. Best and of link as do of and it sounding like best of it. It's similar to cope cheerfully, adapt positively, or find the silver lining. The opposite might be complaining or giving up.
So a good example would be our guided tour was canceled, but we decided to make the best of it by exploring the area on our own, and we discovered some amazing local shops. That's a great way to turn a disappointment around.
It really is. It's about not letting minor setbacks get you down.
Get you down. That's a common idiom we use. When something gets you down, it means it makes you feel unhappy, sad, or depressed. Imagine something heavy pushing you downwards, making you feel low. We use this phrase when something disheartens you or makes you lose your enthusiasm.
So it's about feeling a bit blue or discouraged.
Exactly. It's about a negative emotional impact. It's similar to discourage, depress, or demoralize. The opposite might be cheer you up or motivate you.
Constant rain in London really got me down, and I spent most of the day feeling grumpy. That's letting the weather control your mood.
Yes, but a good example, even though there were a few rainy days, we didn't let it get us down. We just popped into a cozy cafe and enjoyed the atmosphere. That's a much better way to handle it. You find joy in the small things, and sometimes you just have to take a deep breath.
Take a deep breath. That's a very practical phrase, both literally and figuratively. Literally, it means to inhale a large amount of air into your lungs, which we often do to calm ourselves down. Figuratively, it means to pause, relax, and calm yourself down in a stressful or overwhelming situation before reacting. Think of preparing for a big moment. You might literally take a deep breath to compose yourself.
So it's about taking a moment to reset or regain control.
Exactly. It's a moment of self-regulation. The pronunciation is take a deep breath. All words are clear. It's similar to calm down, compose yourself, or pause and reflect. The opposite might be panic or react impulsively.
So a good example, when I realized I'd missed my train, I took a deep breath, checked the schedule again, and calmly found the next available one. That's a very measured and effective response.
Exactly. It's about not letting the situation escalate your stress.
And then, once you've done all that, you start to look back on your trip.
Look back. That's a simple but powerful phrasal verb. To look back means to think about a past event or period of time. Imagine literally turning your head to see something behind you. When you look back on your trip, you're mentally reviewing what happened. It's a crucial part of the after phase of travel.
So it's about reminiscing or reflecting on the past.
Exactly. It's a mental review. It's similar to reflect, recall, or remember.
When I look back on my London adventure, I remember the feeling of excitement and discovery most vividly. It's about what stands out in your mind. And often, what stands out is the realization that you truly got your money's worth.
Got your money's worth. That's a fantastic idiom for value. To get your money's worth means to receive good value for the money that you have spent, to feel that the cost was justified by the quality or enjoyment received. Imagine buying a concert ticket and enjoying every single minute of the show. You definitely got your money's worth.
So it's about feeling that something was worth the price you paid.
Exactly. It's about satisfaction regarding value. It's similar to good value, worth the cost, or satisfied with the purchase. The opposite might be overpriced or a ripoff.
Every single experience on our London trip, from the museums to the West End shows, felt like we truly got our money's worth. That's the ultimate compliment for a trip well planned and executed. It means you feel satisfied.
Absolutely. And when you look back, you also realize how much you stepped outside your comfort zone.
Yes, that feeling again, but this time you're reflecting on it from a place of accomplishment. It's amazing how much growth happens when you're traveling. You're constantly pushing boundaries, even small ones. And sometimes you realize you have to take a leap of faith.
To take a leap of faith means to believe in or do something that is not based on proof, but on trust or a strong feeling that it will be okay. Imagine jumping across a gap without being absolutely sure you'll make it, but you believe you can. It's about acting on belief rather than concrete evidence.
So it's about trusting your instincts or hoping for the best when you don't have all the answers.
Exactly. It's about courage and belief. It's similar to trust your gut, take a chance, or believe without proof.
Deciding to travel solo to London was a big leap of faith for me, but it turned out to be the most enriching experience of my life. That's a huge step, and often those are the most rewarding. And sometimes, even if things don't go perfectly, you still wouldn't change a thing.
Wouldn't change a thing. That's such a beautiful and heartfelt phrase. When you say you wouldn't change a thing, it means you are completely satisfied with how something turned out, including any challenges or imperfections, and you wouldn't alter any part of the experience. It signifies deep contentment and acceptance.
So it's about total satisfaction and acceptance of the entire journey, flaws and all.
Exactly. It means you love the experience so much that even the difficult parts somehow contributed to its overall value.
Despite the unexpected detours and a few rainy days, my London trip was so memorable and transformative, I wouldn't change a thing. That's the feeling you hope for after any big adventure. It means you've truly embraced the experience. And when you look back, you also see how you might have dodged a bullet.
Dodge the bullet. That's a fantastic idiom. To dodge a bullet means to narrowly avoid a dangerous, difficult, or unpleasant situation. Imagine a movie where someone literally ducks and a bullet flies right past them, missing them by inches. We use this phrase when you avoid a serious problem or a bad outcome.
So it's about a close call or a lucky escape from trouble.
Exactly, it implies relief.
We almost booked a hotel that had really bad reviews, but at the last minute, we found a much better one. We really dodged a bullet there. That's a common travel scenario, isn't it? Those moments when you realize things could have gone very differently.
Absolutely, and it's all part of the learning process, which is why when we travel, we often come away with more than just souvenirs.
Come away with. That's a great phrasal verb. To come away with means to leave a place or situation having gained or learned something or having acquired something. Imagine going to a store and coming away with a new shirt. You've acquired something. When you come away from a trip, you're gaining experiences, knowledge, or feelings.
So it's about what you gain or acquire from an experience.
Exactly, it's the lasting impact or acquisition.
From my London trip, I came away with not just amazing photos, but also a newfound confidence in my ability to explore the world. That's a deep and meaningful gain. It's what truly enriches your life.
It really is. And sometimes you see the world with new eyes.
See the world with new eyes. That's such a beautiful poetic phrase. To see the world with new eyes means to perceive things in a fresh, different, or more profound way, often after a significant experience or change in perspective. Imagine looking at something you've seen 1,000 times, but suddenly you notice details or understand its meaning in a way you never did before. Travel often does this to us.
So it's about a transformation in your understanding or perception.
Exactly, it's a shift in perspective.
After immersing myself in London's vibrant culture, I returned home seeing the world with new eyes, more appreciative of diversity and history. That's a truly transformative experience, and something we all hope for from our travels. And as we talk about all this, it makes me realize how important it is to soak up the atmosphere.
To soak up the atmosphere means to fully experience and enjoy the distinctive mood or character of a particular place or situation. Imagine a sponge soaking up water. It absorbs every drop. When you soak up the atmosphere, you are absorbing all the unique feelings, sights, and sounds of a place.
So it's about immersing yourself and truly experiencing the vibe of a place.
Exactly. It's about being fully present and letting the environment envelop you.
We spend an afternoon in a cozy London pub just soaking up the atmosphere, listening to the conversations, and enjoying the traditional setting. That's a lovely way to truly connect with a place. It's not just about seeing the sights, it's about feeling the pulse of the city.
Absolutely. And when you do that, you start to get a feel for the place.
Get a feel for, that's a super useful idiom. To get a feel for something means to develop an intuitive understanding or a practical sense of how something works, what it's like, or how to do it. Imagine trying a new tool. After a while, you start to get a feel for how to use it effectively. For a city, it means you're starting to understand its rhythms, its character, and how to navigate it naturally.
So it's about developing an intuitive understanding, not just a factual one.
Exactly. It's about becoming familiar and comfortable.
After a few days of exploring, I really started to get a feel for the different neighborhoods of London and how they connected. That's when a city starts to feel less foreign and more like a second home.
It really does. And sometimes you realize that you've been able to disconnect and recharge.
Disconnect and recharge. That's a very modern and relevant phrase, especially for busy lives. To disconnect and recharge means to take a break from work, responsibilities, and digital devices to relax, refresh, and regain your energy. Imagine unplugging an electronic device from the wall so it can power down and then plugging it back in to get full power again. We do this to ourselves to combat stress and burnout.
So it's about taking a break to restore your energy levels, both mentally and physically.
Exactly. It's about stepping away from demands.
My trip to London allowed me to completely disconnect from my daily routine and recharge my creative batteries. That's a huge benefit of travel, isn't it? To step away and come back revitalized.
Absolutely. It makes you feel ready to take on the world.
Take on the world. That's such an energetic and empowering idiom. To take on the world means to face challenges with great enthusiasm, confidence, and determination, feeling capable of achieving anything. Imagine a superhero ready to face any adversary. They are ready to take on the world. It describes a feeling of immense self-belief and readiness for anything.
So it's about feeling incredibly confident and ready for new challenges.
Exactly. It's about feeling unstoppable.
That's an amazing feeling to bring back home. It's the ultimate confidence boost.
It really is. And it shows how travel can truly transform us, pushing us past our limits and helping us discover new strengths. And sometimes when you look back, you just can't get enough of a place.
Can't get enough of. That's a lovely idiom for strong enjoyment. If you can't get enough of something, it means you enjoy it so much that you always want more of it and you never feel satisfied. Imagine eating your favorite dessert. It's so delicious, you just can't get enough. We use it when something brings you immense pleasure and you have an insatiable desire for it.
So it's about loving something so much you always crave more.
Exactly. It's about intense enjoyment. It's similar to adore, be captivated by, or have an insatiable appetite for. The opposite might be being tired of or having had enough.
London has so much to offer. I spent a week there and still felt like I couldn't get enough of its history, culture, and vibrant energy.
That's the sign of a truly captivating destination. It means it left a lasting impression.
It really does. And that feeling often means you start to dream of going back.
Dream of going back. That's such a powerful and common feeling for travelers. To dream of going back means to intensely desire to return to a particular place or experience that you loved. Imagine seeing a beautiful picture of a place you visited and feeling a strong longing to be there again in your sleep and waking thoughts. It's more than just wishing, it's a deep, recurring desire.
So it's about a strong longing or yearning for a return trip. I dream of going back to London and exploring even more of its hidden gems. That's the true sign of a successful trip, isn't it? When it leaves you wanting more.
It really is, and it shows how travel can truly transform us, pushing us past our limits and helping us discover new strengths.
When an experience stays with you, it means it continues to have an impact on you, to be remembered or to influence your thoughts and feelings long after it has happened. Imagine a beautiful melody that you can't get out of your head. It stays with you. For a trip, it means the memories, lessons, and feelings remain vivid and significant.
So it's about a lasting impact or a deep impression? The vibrant energy of London and the kindness of the people I met will forever stay with me. That's the ultimate outcome of a truly meaningful journey. It's not just a collection of sights, it's a part of your story now. And that in itself is a journey.
And it reminds me that sometimes the best way to prepare for anything is simply to be present.
Be present. That's a beautiful way to think about it. To be present means to fully focus your attention on the current moment, experiencing it without distraction from past worries or future anxieties. Imagine sitting quietly and just observing everything around you right now without thinking about what you need to do later or what happened earlier. It's about living in the now.
So it's about mindfulness and full engagement in what's happening.
Exactly. It's about experiencing life as it unfolds.
I made an effort to put my phone away and simply be present, soaking in every sight, sound, and smell of London. That's how you truly experience a place, isn't it? By fully showing up.
Absolutely. It's the key to making those truly unforgettable memories, the ones that stay with you. And that's what learning English is like too sometimes. It's about being present, about trying, about making mistakes, about celebrating the small victories, and ultimately about the journey itself. Because when you truly immerse yourself, you don't just learn a language, you start to understand a culture.
Understand a culture. That's a profound outcome of travel and language learning. To understand a culture means to grasp the shared customs, arts, social institutions, and achievements of a particular nation, people, or group, not just intellectually, but with a deeper, empathetic comprehension. It's about appreciating their way of life, their history, their values, and their perspectives.
So it's about gaining a deep, respectful insight into another way of life.
It's similar to gain cultural insight, appreciate another way of life, or develop cultural empathy.
Through exploring its museums, talking to locals, and even trying traditional food, I started to truly understand London's rich and diverse culture. That's where the real connection happens, and it's why travel and language learning go hand in hand. It's about bridging worlds.
And ultimately, that's what makes you feel like you truly belong.
Belong. That's such a fundamental human need, isn't it? To belong means to feel comfortable, accepted, and like a natural part of a group, place, or situation. Imagine finding a group of friends where you feel completely at ease and understood. You belong there. When you travel and start to understand a culture, you can begin to feel a sense of belonging, even just for a short time.
So it's about feeling accepted and at home. After a week of navigating the tube, chatting with shopkeepers, and enjoying local pubs, I truly started to feel like I belonged in London. That's a powerful testament to a successful journey and a beautiful feeling.
It truly is, because English isn't just about words, it's about connecting with people, with places, and with cultures. It's about opening yourself up to experiences that make you feel like you belong wherever you are in the world. And that's the real adventure, isn't it? To step out, to try, to sometimes feel a bit out of your comfort zone, but to always keep going.
That's it, to keep moving forward, learning something new every day, and finding those moments that truly stick with you.
Stick with you. That's a great natural phrase. When something sticks with you, it means it remains in your memory, continues to affect you, or stays relevant to you over a long period. It's like something getting glued to your mind. We use it when an idea, a feeling, or a memory leaves a lasting impression.
So it's about something being memorable and having a lasting impact.
Exactly. It's about enduring relevance. The pronunciation is stick, with you. All words are clear. It's similar to stay with you, be memorable, or resonate with you. The opposite might be being forgettable or fading from memory.
So, a good example, the kindness of the strangers I met in London really stuck with me long after I returned home. Those are the moments that truly make a difference, aren't they? The human connections.
Absolutely. And when you've had an experience like that, it often makes you want to pay it forward.
Pay it forward. That's a wonderful, generous idiom. To pay it forward means to respond to a person's kindness to oneself by being kind to someone else. Instead of paying back the original person, you spread the kindness to others. Imagine someone buys you a coffee, and instead of buying them one back, you buy a coffee for the next person in line. You're paying the kindness forward.
So it's about extending kindness to others because of kindness you've received.
Exactly. It's about creating a chain reaction of positivity. The pronunciation is pay it forward. Pay and it link, and it and forward link. It's similar to spread kindness, reciprocate generosity, or pass on goodwill. The opposite might be keeping kindness to yourself or being selfish.
So a good example, because of the incredible hospitality I experienced in London, I now try to pay it forward by helping out tourists in my own city whenever I can. That's a beautiful way to keep the spirit of travel alive, even after you've returned home. It shows how profoundly experiences can impact us.
It does. And it teaches us that even when we're planning a trip, or when we're in the middle of it, or even after it's over, the most important thing is often just to embrace the journey.
Embrace the journey. That's a powerful and inspiring phrase. To embrace the journey means to fully accept, appreciate, and actively engage with the entire process or experience of something, including its challenges, uncertainties, and unexpected turns, rather than just focusing on the destination or outcome. Imagine a winding road with beautiful scenery along the way. Embracing the journey means enjoying every part of that road, not just wanting to get to the end.
So it's about valuing the process and the experience itself, not just the result.
Exactly. It's about finding joy and meaning in every step. The pronunciation is embrace the journey. The stress is on the second syllable of embrace and the first syllable of journey. It's similar to enjoy the process, accept the path, or live the experience. The opposite might be being solely focused on the destination or dreading the process.
So a good example, learning English, like planning a trip to London, is all about embracing the journey. The small steps, the challenges, the triumphs, and the continuous discovery. That's truly the key to long-term success and happiness in anything you do.
It really is. It's about finding the beauty in the process, the growth in the challenges, and the connection in every interaction. And when you do that, you realize that life and learning and travel, it's all connected. It's all about taking that first step, or sometimes just taking a leap of faith, and then letting the experience transform you. It's about daring to explore, daring to try, and daring to speak. Because every single word you learn, every conversation you have, every place you visit, it all adds up to something truly extraordinary.
It absolutely does. And that's what makes it all worthwhile. Do you agree with that? Tell me in the comments below. We love hearing your thoughts and experiences.
Thank you so much for joining us on this conversation today. Keep practicing, keep listening, and remember, listen to English Made Easy daily to improve faster. We'll see you next time.